Hello, I'm Tony,
And I'm Lewis.
and this is Talking During the Movies.
It's the Talking During the Movie podcast with your hosts, Louis Gravance and Tony Whitten.
Welcome to the new year. This is exciting, 2016, our first show, and the movie that we're reviewing today is Room. Not to be confused with The Room, which
Right.
is a terrible movie.
Apparently one of the worst motion pictures ever made.
I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard,
soon
I don't
it's
want
coming
to.
out. Riff Tracks is doing it in just a couple of...
I know, we'll totally plug
Days.
Riff Tracks, but it sounds interesting. But no, this is Room, starring Brie Larson, and is nominated for Best Picture this year.
I think I would like you to set the context of how we're going to speak about this film.
All right.
I'd like you I'd like to hand the wheel to you.
Okay. Well, the story is about this young woman who's basically imprisoned in this room, and she has a son, and they're kept there by this man who has basically imprisoned them, and it's just the story of their lives, and this is all that, especially the boy, this is all he knows, is this room. He's lived his entire life there. He's about five-ish or so, and then the story kind of goes from there. I don't want to give away too much. But a lot has been spoken about in press, so we can speak a little freely. We're not giving away too much. It's not like huge surprises or anything. Not like Star Wars, where we were very tight-lipped. But it's very interesting that it's got that independent film kind of feel to it. They all kind of have that feel to it. But there's some amazing performances in this movie. Amazing performance. I thought everyone did, especially the little boy, who was very, very good.
Well, I managed to stay as much in the dark about this movie as I could. And so as I was watching it, for the first, and I'm not kidding, at least the first 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, I did not understand. I knew that they were in a room, but in my mind, where I went was some apocalyptic thing had happened on Earth, and they were being kept in this room. Everyone had to be kept in their room, and this guy brought them their stuff. It took me a good 20 minutes before I went, well, color me stupid. I had no idea why she was really there, and I think it's a marvelous motion picture.
Oh, I thought it's very well done. Very well done.
And it would be in my top 5 for achievements, amazing achievements in filmmaking this year. Because first of all, it's a story that you haven't even thought of.
Right.
It's
a very original story. It's not a lot of subject covering.
Yeah. There's not a lot of retread going on this.
It's not exactly a rom-com. Will he? Will
right.
she? Will they,
I've seen that before.
No.
There's not a lot of that.
No. Not a lot of... Yeah, and it's dark material. It's R-rated R. Don't bring the kids to this. But yeah, it's a fascinating subject.
But I was... my heart swelled. So it's not a downer. It's not a downer. I mean, it sounds like, oh, jeez, why would I want to go see this horrible, it sounds almost Tarantino-like. Why would I want to go see this?
Not Tarantino.
Torture.
No.
By the way, don't be afraid of Hateful Eight. That's another topic. But
that's another topic. No, I'm not afraid of it, and I guess we're saying that you shouldn't be either.
So anyway, I would strongly recommend seeing this movie.
I recommend it too.
It's not it's my second favorite performance by an actress this year.
Oh, she's phenomenal. Well deserved. I think she's got a great chance at winning the Oscar this year.
Kate Blanchett is still my favorite.
I have not seen all the other nominees yet. That's on the plate here. Louis has, of course, because he's well ahead of the curve. It's on the plate.
No, but well done.
It's good money, I would say so far. She's fantastic in this. Everyone is, even the people that are in for just a little bit. Everyone does a really good job in the roles that they have.
Every single person, and there's some surprise people that I haven't seen them in a
hello.
while.
Oh, yeah. And everyone does fantastic.
I love Joan Allen's just great in it.
I like where the story goes. It's almost 2 movies.
It is almost 2 movies.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Thankfully, it's almost 2 movies because you have enough of the first one. And when the story takes a turn, and I'm not good, it's you're ready.
Yeah,
you're ready.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. It's a slow and steady pace. That should be.
And most independent films
I saw it
are.
twice. In fact, I saw it again last night with my mother and a good friend of ours, and I believe they got a touch antsy with the pace.
Yeah.
Of it. but I was knocked out by it. I moved, deeply moved by it, and
yeah, there was some film bits in there, and by the end of the film, I was like, all right, you got me.
Well, it got me to consider things
You got me.
I
Well
had
done.
never
Well done.
considered. My head just had never gone there.
Right. And I think that's part of the appeal of this.
As for
if that's the right word, is that this is a story you have not seen too much at all. And so this says, well, let's create this premise and let's just what if, and it takes you down this journey, and there's highs and there's lows, and I thought very well done. But I think it's all about the perspective. It's basically, this boy lives his life in this room, so his perspective of the world is very, very skewed from anyone else from the outside.
And what you wouldn't even stop to think about, well, that person's perception of what is on television, because they have access to television.
Right.
What is that
compared to what your reality is?
And what is right, and how you would be completely
right. So taking this
time drunk, you'd be completely
taking this setup, and basically it's saying, perception is reality. It's a wonderful take on that,
and why you might want to go back, which again is something you wouldn't even think through.
It's what you know. Yeah, so it's this wonderful kind of deconstruction of like the philosophical cave allegory. If that's all you know, that is your reality, and a lot of it is from the perspective. You see how the boy sees it, sees this world, and how it becomes. That's all he knows. It's very interesting.
And I will get hyperbolic for a moment. All the people are great in the movie, but lots of people would have been great in those roles. Not to take away what they did, but lots of people would have been magical in those roles. Lots of people would have brought special things. However, if it had not been for that little boy, and the balance of what.
If he had not have been as good as he was.
As absolutely perfect. I think that's why it's lightning in a bottle. It still would be a
right.
really, really good movie.
If this was a play, I think a lot of people are like, ooh, that's a role I would like to tackle. Yeah.
Patty Duke would have done this back in the... It's a role that they would have
Patty
offered.
Duke might have done, yeah.
This is a role they would have offered Patty Duke
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the 50s.
That.
This would have been a Patty Duke role. Maybe even,
Yeah.
Maybe even a Jodie Foster role back.
Maybe if Judy Garland had done this, her life would have taken a completely different take.
I don't think they were doing this kind of thing, and I'm not sure this would
No.
work as a musical.
No,
although someone will probably try.
Oh, I hope not. I don't know if that's the right.
If you think about it, though, actually,
it would be bold, but it could easily go terrible.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is not musical material. Yeah, no. They make heavy subject matter. Anyway,
it's the kind of thing that might appeal to Stephen Sondheim.
We digress. Oh, please.
In my room, in my room, in my room. There's a Sondheim thing.
Sondheim would tackle it. Oh, I don't know if I could sit through it though.
I could.
But I would say well deserving of the Best Picture nominee. I don't think it is the Best Picture. And again, I still have a couple more to see. But yes, definitely top 5. I would say well done.
Well, it's awfully special.
But, this isn't a movie.
Contradiction.
This isn't a movie you go, hey, let's go check this out on a Friday with your date. This isn't a movie that I got to rush out and get the Blu-ray when this comes out. But it's a story worth seeing.
Now I've seen it at the theater and I've seen it at home. I would recommend seeing it in the theater.
Yeah, you can see it.
Having had both experiences.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is it. I don't know if this is going to delve into the American pop culture too much, but. A very well done movie and worth your time and your money.
So like Spring Breakers?
Oh God, I have barely forgiven you for.
I
Spring
know.
Breakers.
We saw it recently, and you know what? I was right then, and I'm right now. It's a brilliant motion picture.
No, it's not. No, it's only worth seeing James Franco, but honestly, it's really not worth it.
Yes, it is. Okay, just real quick. You said that. So you brought this in. You said it's not the best film. What is then the best?
We are going to save that for our Oscar show coming up. And
Oscar Fever.
Oscar Fever, and we will give our predictions for who we think will win.
But I have to say, there's a film.
I love the race. I love the race this year.
You do?
I do. I think they could go almost a lot of ways. Like the last couple of years, that's pretty much going to.
Will we address the African American issue on our Oscar show because it needs to be addressed?
By us. Because we're the perfect people
to be addressed.
to address that. But why don't we save that?
Jada cannot wait to hear what we have to say.
Yes, with bated
About
breath, then the nation awaits us. But let's do that. For
But
the
I
show.
do need to make a caveat. I'm not going. There's a motion picture I'm not going to see.
No,
No, and I've seen 80 some others.
you've seen Dragon Ball Z.
And I will. There's a motion picture that I will not see. I'm not seeing Revenant.
No,
I will
It's
not.
nominated for 12 things. How can you not see it on the Oscar show?
We'll talk
It's your
about-
duty.
We'll talk about it on the Oscar. Don't tell me what my duty is.
I said your. All right, so go see The Room. Very well done. Again, a little subject matter. Bring some popcorn. Bring something. Set yourself in. But ultimately, I think everyone's going to really appreciate this.
Yeah, I think you'll feel quite edified.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, by the end of it, I was saying, you got me. All right, well done, Room. You got me. All right, I'm Tony.
I'm still Lewis.
And till next time, this has been Talking During the Movies. Thanks for watching. How are you not going to see it?
I'm not going to see it.
You see everything, especially for an Oscar
No,
movie.
you know what? I'm sorry. It's just too. I even saw Dirty Grandpa. Okay, and I'm still sticky from it. And I'm not going to see.
Now I'm sticky just hearing about it.